Well, I was telling you that Kasey Kahne and Kyle Busch are the guys to beat here, and darn if they didn't go 1-2 in qualifying today. Kyle Busch on the pole for Sunday's Bristol 500. Kasey Kahne on the outside. Those two guys should battle it out. And hey, Brian Vickers is there. Remember what Brian Vickers did here last time? Hot driver. Got something to prove. Got a job to earn. Part-timer, first race of the season. Mark Martin's on his porch in Arkansas watching what's going on. Mike Mullen from MikeMullen.net, Bristol Motor Speedway. And I tell you, weird day out there. We talked to Denny Hamlin. He's made peace with Brian France, had a talk, and he says it's history. Case is closed. Denny, he says that, while not talking specifically about what Brian told him, he says he got the impression that NASCAR realizes now it overreacted to his comments at Phoenix, $25,000 fine. Don't really know how that's going to get paid, if it's going to get paid, or what's going on in that, but Denny handled it with class. More than I can say for NASCAR. Remember the fine on Brad Keselowski for using a cell phone a while back? I'm wondering about those NASCAR officials in Daytona. They don't seem to have the best interests of this sport in mind, and they certainly don't seem to be paying much attention to the fans. There's a disconnect there that's scary to me. I don't like that. Sunday's 500, I'm thinking Kasey and Brad be out there too. I like Matt Kenseth, but remember, he and Tony got into it a while back. NASCAR's got some issues to figure out, and I'm not so sure that we don't need Bruton Smith to step in here and offer his 2 cents worth. Because from what I've seen of NASCAR executives lately, they're not doing a very good job. That's being blunt. That's the way I feel. Right now, we've got some things to do. One of the things we need to do is work on qualifying. It was Friday, Bristol Motor Speedway, single lap runs, not too many people in the stands. And I'm thinking, heat races. Yes, I know NASCAR doesn't like heat races. Well, it's good enough for the Daytona 500. Why isn't it good enough for all the other races? Or most of the other races, or some of the other races? Give us something to do. Give us something to see. Give the fans something to see. This is entertainment. It's not single file racing. Oh, sorry, that was the Daytona 500. Danica Patrick, I don't think she's going to save the day this weekend. Qualified poorly. 41st out of a 43-car field. She won't be a factor, I don't think, unless something really amazing happens. She crashed at Phoenix. Had a bad day at Las Vegas. 6 laps down, that's 9 miles. That's almost 10 miles down. I'm not so sure that she's got everything going for her right now. Daytona, a long time ago. And Michael Annett, remember the crash at Daytona? Saturday, just before the big crash that took down the fencing. Michael Annett showed up. We talked to him a little bit. Broken sternum. Still not sure why the safety devices in the cars, the belts and all that stuff didn't work. He says nobody seems to know. They're checking everything out. I'm thinking that's a serious issue. NASCAR should be more worried about that than about what Denny Hamlin has to say about the 213s. The 213s are going to be good. We know that. They just need to get up to speed. They're a little behind right now. Fortunately, at Bristol, I don't think it'll matter if you're driving a garbage truck or a go-kart out there. You got to be able to put on a good race. 3 grooves, 2.5 grooves, 2 grooves, not quite sure what's going to happen out there. The tires, same tires that ran here last August. The cars changed dramatically, though. Could be an issue. Tires might be a little too hard. I don't know why Goodyear's not up to speed on some of these tire issues. A lot of people are saying in the garage area that Goodyear needs to come with a different tire. They should have come with a different tire at Phoenix. Denny Hamlin said that was his big gripe. He wasn't really griping about the car when he got the $25,000 fine. He was more worried about the tires. Jeff Gordon's talked about the tires at Phoenix too. Tires are going to become an increasing issue, I think, in NASCAR. Goodyear needs to step up its testing program, in my opinion. And the drivers themselves, they're gone into a shell. They're not talking. They sound like Pollyanna. They should be auditioning for Disney World. They don't really care about the media, about the fans, about anything except not ticking off NASCAR. We asked Denny Hamlin if he was disappointed that some of his fellow drivers didn't step to the plate and support him. He said, well, that's racing, and all most of the guys in the garage area want to do is placate NASCAR, not get on their bad side. Me, I'm ticked off. I think that's a weak performance by some of the drivers, by some of the big-name drivers who ought to know better. They're just scared. And I'm sorry to say that, but these drivers need to step to the plate and be a man about it. Right now, the crews are angry because the tightness of the inspections has them going up the walls with this new car. And if they get fined, hey, they don't have those multi-million-dollar salaries like the drivers do. A $25,000 fine maybe a driver can brush that off. A crew guy, that could end his career. These guys aren't making any money now. Remember the shortage of good openings for crew guys? There are probably 500 or 600 people out there that would like to have a job. And the ones that do, well, it's an owner's market right now. He can pay whatever he wants to pay. And these crew guys, they're angry. They're upset. And the drivers are, they don't care. In fact, they're trying to avoid the press. I wouldn't blame them. $25,000, that would go a long way to supporting MikeMullen.net. Right now, Friday, Kyle, Kasey, my 2 picks for Sunday's Bristol 500. And we'll see what happens with the rain, the weather. I'm telling you, it was cold today, and I'm afraid it's going to be rainy the next couple of days. At least it got lights. Friday, Mike Mullen for MikeMullen.net, Bristol Motor Speedway.